Welcome to Charity Village Connects. Today we'll be speaking to the winners of the 2024 Charity Village National Awards. Joining me is Lois Tuffin, a volunteer Peterborough, co-winner of the Most Outstanding Impact Award by a volunteer, because we had the most extraordinary tie between two terrific organizations. So congratulations, Lois. What a terrific win. I'd love to start by asking you to tell our audience about your organization, what it is that you do as an organization, and what you do within the organization.
Well, hey, that's really easy. I love it. So we started a matchmaking service between volunteers who wanted to do marvelous things and agencies that really, really needed them. So we had that service existed in our community up until 2016, and then for reasons that beyond people's control, it disappeared. So when there became a volunteer crisis during and after the pandemic, we identified this huge gap, and holy cow, did it ever get filled fast. So I call myself the founder/instigator of the group, and I currently chair the board of a fantastic group of people who are doing life-changing work every day.
Well, that sounds fantastic. I'd really like to know what you think that your nominations, why it stood out, because we have independent judges that assess all the nominations. I know it's a hard thing to ask about. It kind of makes you sort of brag about your work. But what do you think about the nomination that really stood out for the judges?
Well, so I only saw the letters of nomination like yesterday. So, haha, now I know what people said about me. I think one of the things, probably because we took something from 0 to 1,500 volunteers, 162 organizations. So I think the numbers themselves speak to the amount of impact that our group is having. And I think just the fact that I have been relentless. I put in 20, 30 hours a week sometimes just to keep this thing financed and organized and rolling and innovating and checking with people and that are doing this work in other communities and checking with people in our communities to make sure it works. So I have been raising the money, I have been recruiting the team, and I think the fact that I just threw so much at it, and then I have been trying to share my enthusiasm, and it has really helped me bring aboard other champions, and I'm creating a whole new generation of leaders. So that's really fun.
Well, the numbers speak for themselves for sure. That's amazing, and you have an opportunity to blow your own horn here. It's what an extraordinary accomplishment that you've made. I wonder what it means to you and your organization about what it to be both nominated personally, but then also the organization as well. What it means to you to be a co-winner of this very, very important award.
Well, I think for me, it's also as part of a unity. So, I mean, there's a whole group of us that are doing things, but the fact that somebody would stand up and say, hey, our team is pretty cool, and our team leader has been doing some pretty hard work, and that she inspires us to do these good things. I think that was really reassuring. For me, it was a little baffling. Honestly, when you said my name, I was like, what? Really? What happened? I've won a lot of awards for my journalism work and for other things in the community, but this is different. And I think because it's something that I have created and led, it was very meaningful to have that work recognized and to give us a chance to talk about it a little bit more and encourage other communities to, if you don't have a volunteer center, talk to a volunteer center and get one rolling. It makes such a difference. I have 1,000 testimonials in my head. Yeah.
Well, we will be telling your story about the success that you've had and the amazing way that you've sort of created something from nothing that is so powerful. And, that will give you an opportunity to sort of spread the word and maybe spread the love and make sure that other people not just only join you as a volunteer, but also even, as you say, you might end up mentoring a lot of other volunteer organizations in different communities, and to be able to tell them your best advice about how to do this. So,
our goal was always to start a movement. We're trying to start a movement, get people thinking about volunteering, and then get going. So yes.
Yeah, I'd love to. So you tell me a little bit about the movement that you want to inspire.
So actually, our group had a really interesting origin story. If you give me a few minutes to tell, about 2.5 years ago, the federal NDP leader was in Peterborough for a campaign event, and Jagmeet Singh was greeted by some protesters who said some awful things and who racist comments and threatened him. And a lot of us who live here and are proud of our community were very embarrassed. So that happened on a Wednesday. That Saturday, a group of us were leading a food drive, and we had hundreds of volunteers out on the street gathering 26,000 pounds of food. So we thought, how could we possibly live in a city where this bad thing happened and this good thing happened? And we realized if you offer people something positive to do rather than something negative to do, maybe at least they have a choice. So then we just started to tap into what is it that makes people want to get involved. And so then we did focus groups. We did a lot of research about what are people looking for, and then we built our model. It's interesting for us because we're probably the only volunteer center that has started post-pandemic. So we are starting with the current technology, the current mentality, and we don't have a lot of baggage and legacy stuff to move ahead. So it's allowed us to really evolve quickly.
Well, you've certainly done great work in a very short period of time, and I really, really feel on behalf of Charity Village and our whole team here, want to wish you a very hearty congratulations and, Godspeed. You are doing great work, and hopefully you'll inspire others to do the same thing in their own communities.
No, we have a great team of people helping us. Like when we launched, the Chamber of Commerce saw this as an economic issue and was going to do it. The Peterborough Foundation, Community Foundation of Greater Peterborough, was looking at the same thing. There's another organization that was looking at filling this gap. So instead, we've all conglomerated, and there's great collaboration. We have 9 organizations that help us do our thing.
Well, congratulations again, and thank you. And so glad to be able to actually have an opportunity to speak with you about it.
Yeah, hey, people can't get me to stop talking about it. Everywhere I go,
All right.
Are you volunteering?
Actually, yes. So it is very nice to hear about your story, and I'm delighted to be able to share it.